Hey, Vine Community, Jeff back again, looking at a couple albums that I got that were price drop deals. Again on Amazon. I talk about this all the time. Yes, I end up getting a lot from Amazon, mainly because, and they're things that obviously I can't find locally. And then, of course, the price deals at times really are make it worth bouncing on there to save a little money. Now, I got a question for you to start off with. Leave comments below on this. And I'm finding myself, so the question is, how do you prioritize what to buy when you buy records, when you buy new records? Because there's all kinds of stuff that I want, all kinds of things on my wish list that I want to get. But it's like, what's the priority? How do you prioritize buying? Because I'm finding myself consistently in the mode of buying deals. So there are albums that I really want. And then there are albums that I want to have. And it's like the priority ends up becoming the first one that drops in price is going to be the first one I buy. Because I put all these things on my wish lists and then watch the prices. And when the price drops to a reasonable price, in my opinion, I bounce on it. I grab it. So I buy based on the price, not based on my priority of where I want it. So there's a lot of albums that I really, really want, really have to have, that are reissues or whatever, and they'll sit on my wish list because I feel like they're not affordable at this point. So how do you buy? Do you buy do you go after? Because I know some people that buy albums the day they come out, which I have done. It's just I don't do it regularly. They'll buy it because they have to have that. And there are some albums that I would do that for. But a lot of times I put them on the wish list, and 2, 3, 4, 6 months later, especially on Amazon, all of a sudden the price will get cut in half or close to 30, 40% off. And that's when I pounce on them. But, it does mean that the priority becomes price and not desire. So how do you do it? In this case, these are price drops. And so let's look at this one first. So, and of course, if you're willing to accept slightly damaged, you get better price drops too. I don't mind it. Cover damage is fine within reason. So you'll see on Amazon, it'll tell you what the problem is, and it'll say item looks and acts as if new, and then it'll tell you what is the problem. And if they say may not come in original package, I don't usually buy that. I do, if they've totally destroyed a packaging, I will kind of pass on that. But it'll say, minor cosmetic damage or whatever to the packaging. And that's what the case was with this one. The album is new, but obviously it got a little bent up. So this is Government Mule, Deep End Volume 2. If you're not familiar with this time frame, this is the 2002 album by Government Mule. So in 2000, the longtime bass player, Alan Woody, passed away. So what they did in 2001 and 2002, Volume 1 and Volume 2, where they released these albums called Deep End, which were the other two guys in the band, and then they brought in all of these guest bass players. So every song's a little different. And there's a lot of different people on here, a lot of different names. Les Claypool is one of the ones that stands out for me. And you can see this, if you can see that, a whole list of just guest musicians that came in. So this is when the band is kind of in this phase of looking for a new bass player, but in the meantime put out new music with a bunch of different bass players. Jack Cassidy, Phil Lesh, George Porter Jr., Les Claypool, Tony Levin, Rocco Preston, Billy Cox, Dave Schools, Alfonso Johnson, Jason Newsted, there you go, Metallica fans, and Chris Squire. Plus a lot of other musicians. They've got just a list. So it's just a who's who great stuff. But it's still in that same vein of Government Mule's, jam band, blues, rock type stuff. Great album. So as you can see, the whole cover here got a pretty good dent on it. So top one has a little crease there too. Album's inside, perfect, not a problem. Kind of a green, I believe this is supposed to be green translucent. Double record set, great stuff. Now I do want to get my whole hands on Volume 1, of course. Some of the back catalog of Government Mule stuff is still kind of pricey when it gets up on the vinyl. Some of it has been, recently reissued. This is, like I say, I think this was a 2022, I believe, maybe, fairly recent reissue. Love, love, love Government Mule. One of my favorite bands in this genre. And so, yeah, I'm looking to obviously want to get as much as I can. I still need a new album, as a matter of fact, because that one has not dropped in price, period. It's still, like $30. I will grab that. That is a priority before it goes away. But so, yeah, when this dropped down to a really reasonable price, I grabbed it. Now, another one that dropped down, not because of any damage, nothing. This is just one of those things where when Amazon has an album for X amount of months, like maybe they're trying to clear out inventory, which I assume. So if you wait, a lot of times it just drops, and anywhere from 20% off to 40 to 50% off. So that's when I pounce, is when that happens. And this one is one of those. It is an import, so it was already a little pricey. The Diviner, Avaton, their new album. I have the first two albums, so obviously, I'm a fan. I wanted to get the third album. They're a band from Italy. I think they're on Alterium Records still. Nope. Rock of Angel Records. So they changed. They were on Alterium Records out of Sweden, I believe. So, yeah. They got that Euro metal sound that I appreciate. It's a gatefold, but it is only a single record. Anyway, so, yeah. When this dropped, I'm like, it's on gold. When it dropped a few months ago, 2023 release, obviously I had it on my wish list. I really, really wanted it. But then I kept an eye on it. Like I said, all of a sudden it dropped down. I forget the exact price, but it was like 40% off or something like that, which brought it down to a typical, more reasonable price in my opinion. So, yep, boink, pounce on it, grab it, love it. So there you go. But I'm just curious, how do you all do it? Do you all go after albums, save up money, and buy an album that you want at regular price? Because, like, for instance, I still haven't bought the new Ace Frehley album. Really, really want that. I really will get that. I'm, looking forward to getting that. But I'm not afraid to wait a couple months to see, once the initial rush goes down. But, I'm just curious, how do you all do it? Do you go out for albums that you really want, save up for them, buy them, or whatever? Or do you just wait, try to find a good deal? Anyway, that's it for this. Couple albums that worth checking out if you're into this kind of music. And I'll see you later. Rock on and rock hard.